Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you, Collaboraction, for this invitation to be a part of the past segment. We are Aztec Dance Chicago, Aztec traditional ceremonial dancers. And we want to invite you to open this space up, or this moment, rather, by acknowledging everything that surrounds us in a good spiritual way. Have good intentions. If it's in your heart, you may rise up, follow the movement that we do, the direction that we face. Senkatla sukamati omitead. Se tlaneshlampa. We acknowledge the men of our community, the male essence in all of us. We say, Senkatla sukamati quetzalcoatl. Ometeot! Ome wislampa. We acknowledge the children, the adolescents, the youthful energy in all of us. We say, Senkatla sokamati, huewit silaboshli welkoyo shauki. Ometeot! Yay, Siwatlampa. We acknowledge the women of our community, the female essence in all of us. We acknowledge the darkness, the sunset, and the opportunity to return home to our loved ones, to reflect and meditate, regenerate ourselves. Senkatla sokamati. Ometeot! We acknowledge the elders, the senior citizens of our community, the past generations, and the gifts that they offer to us. And we say, Senkatla sokamati, teskatlipoka, hue miklan sihuat, hue miklan tekutli. Ometeot! We acknowledge the precious universe, the sky, the stars, the galaxies, the Milky Way, the planets, the moon, the stars. We say, Senkatla sokamati, for that beauty that we are a part of. Ometeot! We acknowledge Nanatonansing Coatlicue, this precious, beautiful planet that nourishes us, that offers us medicine, wondrous experiences. This is our home. Senkatlaso kamati, Tonansing Tlalit, Coatlicue Tlaltecutli. O meteot! Thank you for joining us in that greeting to the directions. This is an ancestral pre-Hispanic tradition practiced way before the arrival of the Europeans to this continent. It is a beautiful, for us, a beautiful practice of culture, art, spirituality, profound connection with nature based on observation of spirit, of nature, of the cycles. And so it helps us to meditate, to become aware of our surroundings, to connect deeply with our history, with our roots, and to acknowledge through our meditation what needs to change and what we need to improve about ourselves, about our communities, about how we're acting towards the planet. So nature is our ally. In this culture, everything has a spirit. The mountains have a spirit, the sun has a spirit, the earth, and these are entities that we can communicate with, and that we can pray to, and that we can sing to and dance to. And at the root of our dance tradition, we are encouraged to express thankfulness and appreciation, to create peace, harmony, balance in ourselves so that we can generate that, and to continue to create and to give the best of ourselves for humanity, and to see ourselves in each other. So this song that we are going to share is an original, and it's inspired by this tradition, by the experience of being a part of this, by embracing my American Indian heritage, something that was very difficult to do because as mestizo people, the majority of us are in denial that we are part Native American, and even if we want to search that root, we can't find it because of racism and discrimination. Our families chose to forget what cultural nation, what cultural tribe we belong to. But once we find this tradition, we are empowered, we are strengthened, our spirit soars, we become more ambidextrous, we become more creative. And so this is one of those gifts from this tradition.
Grandfather, grandmothers, we gather round, sitting snugly upon this ground. Grandfather, grandmothers, we look to you and the healing powers of our medicines too. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Potent fire, elemental light, shed some clarity unto our plight. Potent fire, element of warmth, burn away the fears that stunt our growth. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Powerful water, sweet and smooth, appease our worries, our emotions too. Precious water, sweet and strong, purify our bodies, let us do no wrong. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Amazing air in the form of smoke, beautify the way we think and talk. Energizing air, breath of life, let us speak truth throughout our lives. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Blessed Mother, planet Earth, heal our wounds and our traumas too. Loving
sleigh ride. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Grandfather, grandmothers, we gather round, sitting snugly upon this ground. Grandfather, grandmothers, we look to you, and the healing powers of our medicine too. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Oh, my God.
Thank you. We also, I want to share that I am so uplifted. I have been so uplifted, and I see that in the community, and I see positive change happening. So much historical trauma, right, for people of color, but it speaks to the spirit of those that were enslaved, of those that were robbed of their land, their culture, their language, their songs, their ceremonies, their traditions. This is a new era, I believe, and all of us are a part of that change. Let's continue to speak our truths, to hold space with one another, to listen to our stories, to acknowledge the mistakes of our ancestors, the mistakes that we or our families have made, and to move forward so that we can finally embrace and celebrate who we are. Embrace each other, celebrate our cultures, celebrate our differences, understand that our ancestors journeyed throughout the land. They didn't have imaginary borders. They sought a better life for their family, and they journeyed on, and we have that right. We have inherited that same right, the right to journey, to cross those imaginary borders that are political, that are economical, and are only serving a small population a benefit. So with that, we want to offer you this danza of Iztacuautli. It is a danza of the white eagle. The eagle in our cultures is a bird that soars the highest to the sky, and our people associated it with human goals, right? So when we dance the danza of the eagle, we think of that. Being able to soar with our spirit, with our essence, with what we offer to each other, the highest, in an impetus, strong way, in a forceful way, but in a good way. So with that, we offer Iztacuautli.
we're literally out of breath, right? When we finish. This is a wonderful form of exercise, a wonderful form of movement, strengthening our muscles, strengthening our bones, improving on our circulatory system, releasing toxins. But also, it inspires us to love one another, to embrace each other. So may we continue to create peace together. It's so necessary and so much needed.